Tom, do you want to do this intro? Because I just did the
Sure.
last one.
Yeah.
Or this can be the intro.
Welcome back. This is we've got another excellent bonus episode of On Death for You, and we have our guest Ethan Lipsitz here, who's going to lead us through a quick exercise.
Thank you. Happy to be here. I want to first start off by talking about something that's come to me in the development of Camp Death, a program that I just finished for the first time over a 2-week period with some brave souls on the internet. And the framework of the camp was essentially moving through what I call the death life cycle, which is a 6-phase cycle that looks at death as we experience it throughout our lives in every moment. And the phases are dissonance or disease. They kind of go hand in hand. And I often spell disease dis-ease. Then we have death and facing our death. Then we get into grief and the stages of grief, which are, many, and we talk about that in other times. Then there's a stage of permission, which is really finding that symbol or that conversation or that internal allowance to step out of grief and move into choice. So we have permission and then choice. Choice is when we start to act, we start to shift into kind of choosing life. And then awe is when we recognize the delicacy and the awe and the epiphany of being alive. And the way that I practice this, I walk people through it throughout camp, and we have a lot of different ways of practicing each phase of those 6 phases. But the way that I practice it on a regular basis and check in with it moment by moment is through breath. And there's a lot of ways of breathing and doing breath practices, and they're all incredible and useful for different things. The one that I want to walk you through is pretty simple. It is essentially a 4-second inhale through the nose, and then an extended hold at the top with our breath full, our lungs full, and then a 6-second exhale through the mouth to get everything out of our lungs, and then an extended hold there. And the goal is to make that hold at the top and the hold at the bottom as long as we can. And we can start off with, I'll just count out 10 seconds, and then it may go a little bit longer, and we'll probably do, 4 repetitions of this and see how it feels. And then we can maybe talk about if anything comes through as an epiphany for you. But I'll speak to kind of what comes through for me, especially through these top and bottom. Really notice what you're feeling when your lungs are full and when they're completely empty. All right, so 4 through the nose. Let's start. Hold. Exhale for 6 through the mouth. Hold, empty. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 6. Hold. Inhale for 4 through the nose. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. Hold. Last one. Inhale for 4. Hold at the top. exhale. Hold at the bottom. Notice when you need to start breathing again. How do you feel? That point of allowing breath to come back in. What is that emotion? What is that feeling? Is it anxiety? Is it tension? Is it fear? What if that's your last exhale? Then at the top of that breath, what do you feel? Do you feel full? Do you feel bigger than your body? You feel expansive? Grateful, maybe? This thing that is so routine, so rote, so part of our existence is a moment by moment access point to death and to birth. And it's a extremely potent reminder of all of the emotions and things we can move through when we really slow down and pay attention to this gift of breath.
Thanks, Ethan.
Thank you.
Phew.
I'll make a public. I'll talk a little bit about my experience publicly. There, having done different breath practices, sometimes there's like a bit of a mental thing where you're like, oh, I know where this breath will lead me, or the exhale will lead me. So like, like showing up for game time, and what I was feeling was quite different than what I had expected to feel. Right. So it was a nice reminder that every moment these practices can bring up something different. So where at first I was really excited for the inhale, and that was there's always that I know what's coming at the exhale. So okay, there's a little bit of anxiety, but then on the emptiness, there was a little bit of, ooh, this is pleasant this time. And then the inhale, and after, it was cycle 2 or 3, it was actually the inhale that was a little bit more, ooh, I wasn't so sure. And there was a little bit of, can I get more in? So I think ultimately what I'm trying to say is that there is such a vast spectrum of emotions, and at any moment we can be dealing with a lot, whether it's anxiety and or fear, or it's joy and happiness, and all of these emotions can play together. And it's and just to experience those emotions as not having to be always totally separate. There's like many layers to them.
And they're all hanging out right here, it's
They're
just
all fucking hanging.
The weight in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And my experience was, in the past, I have had some pretty strong panic at the bottom doing this. And this time, the first few repetitions especially, I felt all of the energy in my body draw right up to my head. And it actually brought me really alert and really focused. And it wasn't anxiety, it was just like presence. And then at the top, when I was holding on the inhale, it felt like expanse. So it was like drawing energy on the exhale and then expanding it on the inhale. And it actually became like kind of uncomfortable at the top of the breath. I think like for you, same as you were saying, Matthew, is at the top of the breath, I was like, oh, I don't actually want this breath anymore. I'm ready to get rid of it, go to the exhale. Yeah. Very, very
All are
cool.
too comfortable with death, you know?
Mm, yeah. So chill.
for maybe right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Another hour might be different.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Ethan, so much. Please, friends, check out Ethan's work. And we're curious how, if you did that practice too, how was that for you? So go ahead and comment below, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and be engaged in this work, be engaged in your life. And we hope to hear from you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.